Happy Monday. That's on the wrong thing. My apologies. There we go. And I've actually unmuted for myself for once without being told to. Oh. So we're obviously very above previous day value area high. So we can look for some retests to jump in on a long. $118 daily ATR. What did I just do? Oh, my back's itching. Did I delete my backspace? No. Where did the CVD just go? Do I need to add it back in? Yep. I can move that up. Ah. I can move it up there. Actually, no, that's horrible. I can move it up again. You know what? I actually kind of might prefer it up there. Actually might. Do you know what I want to do though? I want to change my chart settings for this. Indicators, no, chart, theme, labels. Can I change this and it apply? Oh, okay, good. That does get rid of it just there. That's good. No, you know what? No, I didn't. I thought I liked the CVD at the top. Changing my mind. Sending it back down to the bottom. Morning, Daz. Morning, Zeno. Morning and evening. Evening for me. I'm very tired today. Don't really know why, to be honest. Not done a whole lot. I've done 2 days of surfing over the weekend, and I actually am going to surf tomorrow. So, might be a little tired when I stream tomorrow, but we'll see. I was hesitant to surf in the week, even though I obviously want to. Because when I was in Australia, I surfed in the morning and then would stay up at night again to trade and just fell asleep looking at the charts. But to be fair, in Bali, to go in I can get away with getting up a little bit later to go and surf in the morning. At least not as early as I was getting up in Australia, and I don't have to stay up as late. So maybe we'll get away with it, or maybe I'll fall asleep on stream tomorrow and you'll all laugh at me as an A+ trade plays out. We'll see. I am messing around with the big trades here. It's a bit messy at the minute, but it's something that I am interested in trying out. That honestly just looks way too busy, so I might up that to like 60. That looks better. But yeah, hide it until like half an hour in. I've been watching a bit of Fabio's stuff, and I do really like how he uses big trades, and I didn't really fully understand it until I like did a bit more of a deep dive today. It doesn't quite play nice with Cammy's strategy. It does, obviously, but it also like when he's looking at his levels, I just swapped my pillow like the wrong way and now it's horrible. When Fabio looks at his levels, he won't just blindly buy like the value area high or low, for example, like Cammy would. Not blindly, but you know what I mean. Like we'll just buy the level or sell the level. Fabio will use big trades as like a confirmation. I don't know, obviously Cammy says like confirmation is bad, but he'll use it as to look at big trades like at specific levels to see if he'll see if big participants are trying to do anything at that level for one, and then also the result of what they are, like effort versus result. So if we get to a level and we see a lot of selling big trades, like a lot of big sell bubbles, but price isn't able to break lower, then that's absorption / exhaustion. I don't know which way how you determine which is which at with big trades. I do have a bit of a sore throat though today, so I might get a little bit quieter as the stream goes on. So bear with me. I feel fine. I've just got a bit of a like sandpaper throat. I've just lost my chat. There we go. Do you know what I'm also might do? I'm going to change this to a circle instead of the fixed circle. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Keep them a bit smaller, and then I can up their opacity a little bit. The issue is I want the big trades on ES, so that's why they're on this one and not the main chart. I would like to have them on the main chart. When I was trading London today, I caught a nice trade, but obviously it's a bit easier when you're just doing everything on ES. But I'll hide that for now because it's just noise at the minute. Where are my headphones? One second, I'm gonna go find my headphones because I just realised I've not got music playing. Feels weird. They were literally right behind my laptop, never mind. Felt quiet, too quiet. I hate when they automatically connect to my fucking laptop and I just don't want them to. Ugh. Oh, that feels better. Got my lo-fi tunes on. Was it easy to find the London trade? It felt easy. I took a trade. It was... Let me go back and find where it was in price. It was pretty simple. Where was it? It was right off the previous day value area high, but on the mini, because I was trading on ES. It was literally right here. Was it that? I don't remember it being... Yeah, ES dug into that previous day value area high a little bit more. Yeah, see. ES looks a bit different there than MES. It dug up into that level. But I sold literally as it tapped previous day value area high there and just played like a rotation back into the value area of the current session. Obviously could have held a fair bit longer, but could have had a runner all the way down for the previous day POC potentially, but I took some of the position off at like the current session value area high. I was basically just playing a rotation back into the value area, and it was based off a couple of things that I've been just playing around with. It wasn't like strictly from Cami's teachings, more so from Fabio, really, to be honest. Just things that I picked up from watching him on YouTube. Why is my chart being weird with me now? There we go. But yeah, I kind of was anticipating a short move, and I'm more aggressive with the, it was a eval account, so. Did you have to just subscribe to that other service and do their mini course? What are you talking about? What mini course? Everything that I have learned from that Fabio is literally just like off his YouTube channel. All for free. I'm not paid anything, if that's what you're asking. I don't know what service or mini course you're referring to. Fabio's, no. All for free. It's literally just from stuff on his YouTube channel. I wouldn't mind a short from previous week's point of control, really. And short, long, I mean. Lewis subbed to the big trade stuff. Thought you did the same. No. I would be interested to hear. Lewis could drop the secret sauce for us. But yeah, no, I didn't. He bought deep charts, right, and got access to all that stuff. So that's how he was able to do that. I've not bought deep charts. I'm a MotiveWave man. So yeah, I've not got any insider Fabio secrets. But I do think it is fairly self-explanatory. Obviously, I don't know because I don't know what he teaches inside that service. But as far as how to use big trades, what to look for, deep charts, yeah. You can get there's nothing special about deep charts. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is definitely, I would definitely say it's a better platform than MotiveWave, but it's also like a lot more expensive considering the MotiveWave deal through Lucid. Morning, Jab. I don't like calling you Jab. It doesn't sit right with me. I'm gonna call you Jabbar instead. I don't know in your name where, like, if it's two names or if it's one big name. Honestly, please help me out because I just feel bad every time I see your name. Yeah, previous week POC would be super clean because we'd get value area low of the current session. We'd get this node. Play that into the POC, 100%. ATR of 4.5. What's that? That's like a, yeah. I would take that. Let me just quickly get that ready. That would be 6 contracts on this. I'm putting that limit in. Definitely 6. Yeah, felt like a lot, but it's not. Yeah, if I turn the big trades on. God, it's so noisy. I'm gonna have to up it a bit more. There's just no point in it being that noisy. I'll up it to like 80. I want them a bit more opaque. That would be a full, like, getting out 1-to-1. Jabari, but Jab is fine, I don't mind. No, it's Jabari now. Sticking to MotiveWave for now, even though dragging the V... Yeah, I know, Ty, I know. I noticed at the weekend, if you zoom out on your chart, then drag, you might notice the side starts to move as well. Yeah, no, I do know what you mean. Boom, 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 boom. Got some absorption at the POC there when we dipped down. Not like right at the POC, obviously, because we didn't get that low, but you can see that the low on ES, the delta divergence at the bottom, that's absorption. Absorption of the sellers. Also absorption of the buyers, though. It's a bit both. It's both ways, really. You can see that the low didn't get confirmed. Or we had a delta divergence at the lows. We had absorption at the lows and exhaustion at the highs, at least in the moment. You can see delta is not very responsive to this upwards move. We're already up like 1.3%. Big rally overnight. I need to make sure I'm drinking a lot of water to help my throat. But yeah, all I'm really looking for on the big trades is for when we come down to this previous week POC, I want to see aggressive sellers hit the market. So I want to see red bubbles. And then I want to see price fail to, because if price fails to drop when aggressive sellers are hitting the market, that's clear sign of those sellers being absorbed by passive buyers, which is obviously good for a long. But again, it's not really like super compatible with exactly how Kami trades. It kind of is a different twist on it because you're kind of waiting for a little bit more confirmation. Like Fabio, he won't buy the level. He'll wait and see that reaction, and then he'll enter it with more confidence and start building his position up. But then one thing I do like, not so much for my one-to-one trades because it doesn't really work for that, but for like my eval, which I'm currently trading in London, I like the idea of if we see a big cluster, like say my trade's open and it's moving my way, and I see a big cluster of like multiple bubbles in a short bunch. So like earlier I was in a short and I saw a lot of red bubbles, so a lot of aggressive sellers hitting the market, and price responded pretty fast. So I can trail my stop like behind that area, because if price comes up and tests that, then those aggressive sellers should defend, or the sellers, not those specific sellers, but people will see that a lot of size sold there. So then it's like almost a responsive thing of like, okay, big players were trying to sell here before, so it will likely happen again, since that's the area they're interested in selling from, if that makes sense. That's how it makes sense in my head. I don't know if that's how Fabio thinks about it, but that's how I see it. I don't know if we're going to get this drop like to get in on this long, so it might just be a no trade Monday if we just keep pumping, unless we use initial balance. Because I ain't willing to get chopped around up there. Again, you can see Delta isn't really pushing here. It's not very responsive. It's kind of just grinding lower, if anything. Which makes me think that we might just go into a range here and form like a big node at the top of this profile. If there's no aggression on this push. Do. Alright, lower that back down to 50 just for fun. Yeah, so you can see there was a lot of size here that tried to come lower, but it didn't get much result. So that's sellers being absorbed there. And then we sprung back higher, and now we're pushing. I need to like widen this or something. I'll make these circles a bit smaller. Oh, that didn't even change it. So I mean, it's very noisy at the start of the New York session. This big trades thing. Especially when you have the filter that low. That's why I put it up a little bit before, since it's clearly a very active day. Put it up to like 65. Why is my phone being weird? It's like glitching out. Oh, it's FOMC week this week. I just remembered, actually. I'm upping that filter because that's just like so noisy. Upping it to like 80 again, or 75. I think 75 was okay. Wow, it was a big buyer in there. Might take a few minutes. Might take a few. I'm going to cancel the order for now just because there's no way that gets filled unless Trump takes a shit, and I'm not trying to stand in front of Trump's shit. How do you get the ATR to show up as a summary? You mean in the top left of my chart where it's this little number here? I can't actually show you just because of the way my OBS is currently working, but I can tell you. I just right-click the chart, go to chart settings on MotiveWave, and then go to labels. And then in labels, you can find the ATR in there. That's how I get it to be in the top left of my chart here, if that's what you mean. Or if you wanted it to just, you can do it that way, or you can just add a study, and you can just find the average true range study. And if I add that to my chart, you can see it just pops up at the bottom here as like the normal line chart thing. So yeah, you can do it this way, or you can do it, I like that obviously just because it's cleaner. It's one less thing to have in my chart to where it's in the top left like that. And that's just going to constantly update. No worries. Ugh. I'm moving. I'm putting my feet up. Oh, I can't sit comfortably on this chair. Am I still in the camera? Or am I like right at the bottom or something? I'm like right at the bottom. Let me do that. Oh, nip slip. You guys need to pay for that. That don't come for free on the YouTube channel. God. Does your volume profile get plotted every day at 9:30 automatically? I have to draw it. It doesn't get plotted automatically. I have to use this tool in the top left, and then I can just draw it from wherever I want to whenever I want. But when you draw it, it's like if I delete this, if I grab the volume profile tool, which you can just find in the same place that you just found the labels thing for the ATR, but instead of going to labels, go to, where is it? Go to, where is it? I think I'm on the wrong thing. I think you have to go to configure instead, not this. Yeah, you have to go to configure, and then you have to go settings, toolbar, choose, like I use the top two, toolbar, and then find volume profile in there to get it to be in this toolbar here. And then Gold had an amazing triple stack confluence trade layout while we were waiting. Damn. Yeah, but then when you have the volume profile up here, I can just click and drag like from whatever time I want. So this is obviously 9:30, so drag that. And if I drag it to a price that's in the past, it'll just stay there. But if I take it and I drag it all the way through to current price, now it will automatically extend with price if you drag it to like the price at that exact moment. I would love a tool that does it automatically for us. They do exist. I think you can set it up on MotiveWave, but I don't know if you can do it like that good. So like it automatically does it every day at 9:30, like the cash session. I know Deep Charts does. Again, you get the same, everything is all the same from like purely what you get from like with MotiveWave and Deep Charts. It's just that Deep Charts is a lot cleaner and more quality of life from what I've seen. So do you sit and do pre-market ritual of plotting the key levels? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'll plot my all my previous day levels, all my previous week levels, all manually. I'll draw the profile and then I'll find the levels. I don't mind it too much, but I do get that it's, yeah, like it would be nice to have it automated, but it's not like, it's like if you want it automated, go pay for Deep Charts, but just be aware that you're going to be paying like a lot of money for like just that, pretty much. I was trying to code it at the weekend on MotiveWave because I couldn't pin the whole week. That's annoying. Kept jumping to 604 and not 6 when I was dragging it. Watch the video to set up MotiveWave. Oh yeah, no worries. I should probably remake that video because, well, one, it did well, and two, there's a couple of little extra things that I could talk about that I've like added to my own chart. I don't know if there's enough changes for me to warrant like a full video, but I don't know. I'll see. But I appreciate you appreciating me. It's good to feel appreciated. Someone in the group created a version that gives the profile box so you can just stretch the VP across it quickly. Huh? Created a version that gives the profile box so you can... Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. Like on TradingView where you can just kind of click like anywhere on the profile sort of thing. Like you could click on the value area low and like, yeah, I think that's what you mean. Whereas on MotiveWave, you'll have to click on like the bars to select the profile, which is a bit annoying. I wasn't sure what you meant because I forgot that you could do that on TradingView, which is obviously better for that, to be able to grab the profile a bit easier and just drag it easier. Please make another one, Kai. I will see. I'll go back and rewatch the one that I did, and if I can justify making another one, I will. Because if realistically, I probably I want to try and find an excuse to make another one of those videos because it did well. So chances are it'll do well again. Delta is absolutely flat here, by the way. So yeah. Hard to explain. No, yeah, I know what you mean. And as soon as you were like box, I was like, what box? But no, I get what you mean. That'd be especially useful for like the previous week profile when drawing that, because obviously it's a bit more annoying to go and like drag the find the volume bars to select it. I'm a bit like not too bothered because of the mouse I have. Like it's very easy for me to just like I'm just scrolling like this with my mouse because I have a cool mouse, so I can just like scroll. I mean, actually, you can do that with that one as well. So maybe it's not as cool as I thought it was. I can do that and I can do that. That's because yeah, never mind. Ignore me. I thought I was cool. I wasn't. Yeah, I can imagine. Holy chop. What other news do we have this week? I know we have FOMC on Wednesday. Should I even bother trading on Wednesday? I honestly probably won't. You might not have me for a couple days this week. Wednesday and Thursday. Oh, we have PPI and FOMC. That's going to be a volatile day on Wednesday. Today, oh, it's Trump speaking at 11:30. Great. Kind of makes sense why this is going sideways then. What's he speaking about, though? Is it like, do we know what he's speaking about? Hold a press conference. Yeah, it's just holding a press conference. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure someone will be able to tell me what it's about, hopefully. But yeah, that makes sense why we're chopping a little bit. Good old Trumpy poo. ADP weekly employment change. That's weird. Why do we have ADP weekly employment change this week? Because that's a precursor to NFP, no? Yeah, it is. The previous walk, yeah. We've got that 2 weeks in a row. That's normally only in CPI, not CPI, NFP week, no? Oh, it's raining in Bali. Take me home. Don't take me home. I got 2 more weeks. Not even got 2 more weeks, boys. We've got like 12 days. God. Don't cry because it ended. Smile because it happened. I'm gonna go get some my sleeping tablets that I take. Back in 1 sec. I don't think I'm gonna miss anything. And he has just decided to absolutely piss it down. And my chat's gone. There it is. I did not just spill water on myself. You didn't see that. God. I'm really slutting myself out on stream. I'm shirtless and pouring more water on myself. Goes to show, when trading ain't paying you, you have to resort to other opportunities, let's put it that way. Market makers must have went on a bathroom break when you left. When you left would have been the time to wait to, yeah. Very slow day. It makes sense given that Trump's speaking in an hour. I wouldn't mind a fade of initial balance high though, to be honest. Oh, that tablet did not go down easily. It's a really sticky one. It like sticks to the top of my mouth even when I'm trying to swallow it. It's horrible. The other one's bigger, but it's actually easier for me to swallow because of like what it. Wait, what did I just say? Pause. Don't clip that. Yeah, the other one is just stubborn as fuck. It is absolutely pissing it down. The lights are still on. Wait there, I need to go turn the lights off. Can you boys hear the rain? We've got like a roof, but a part of it just isn't a roof. It's just like a fucking sheet. That's what she said. Yeah, I really wouldn't honestly mind a short of IBH potentially. Initial bounce high. Why is my... Go away. Because look at Delta, like we have all this downside pressure building while we're going sideways. We have a D-shaped profile here. We have value area high. So a little value area high slash initial bounce high fade probably wouldn't go too terribly if I'm being honest. You can hear it. Absolutely. It's in Bali, what it does is it just absolutely like throws the fucking... I don't even know what you'd say. It just absolutely pisses it down without sounding too British. But only for like, I would say 20, like it's already stopped. But it in those 20 minutes on average, I would say, where it's raining, it gets like a day's worth of rain down in that short time frame. What am I doing here? I was trying to change this template to the right risk size. Can I get away with doing 20? I can. Yeah, I might do this. Even though, how big has the initial balance been today? It's only been like, what, 30%? So realistically, we do have room to expand today, but I can't imagine that it happens until Trump's spoken at 11:30. So I feel like until then that we're most likely going to bang around here. It's a Monday too. Throwing a bit of the daily stuff in there. So yeah, I'm going to try that short after 10:30. I'll wait for initial balance to be like properly set, and then I'll try that because I like nothing about that trade says bad idea to me, if I'm being honest. So let me zoom in there. Watch, now it's going to melt. I wanted to long it ran away. Now I want to short, and it's going to melt. Most days test at least one side of initial balance, though, so the odds are with us, because we're closer to the initial balance high than we are the low. Orders going in. Or at least for now we are, never mind. Fucking run away. Run away, why don't you? Is my bracket order? Yeah, it's the right size. See if I care. I don't even want to do that long from the POC here because we have so much selling pressure built up here. I don't really fancy trying to fade that, especially if it pushes quite aggressively. And value area low was, I mean, technically it's still valid. It's a discount, right? Like we're below value area low here. We have that little node, but yeah, I'd rather short this from the top than try and long it from that previous weak point of control now in this current, what it currently looks like. Ain't many big trades there though. I'm gonna knock that down to like 70. We did have a buyer come in there, but they failed miserably. Price is just allergic to my limits today, it would seem. It's better than it being addicted to my stop losses though, I guess, like it was last week. Do you know what I haven't even looked at today? I haven't looked at the heat map. Honestly, fuck the heat map. No, not even any need for it. Not for me. Fun tool, not really useful for me. CBD, big trades. I mean, CBD is more useful than big trades for me, for like the way I trade in this session. I'll let you know how my experimenting goes with big trades during London, since I trade that eval a little bit differently. I always push, like, I always just don't, I never trade the same on evals. I just trade, like, so much more, like, I don't know what you'd call it. Irresponsible, I guess. I just try whatever I feel. Pure discretion is how I would describe my eval trading. Has anyone had any trades today? I feel like a lot of people either have gotten chopped up or just not traded. The other reason I didn't like this long as much now, obviously we have all this selling pressure coming in, so I don't really want to fade that. But also, like I said, statistically, it's most likely that a day will test at least one side of initial balance. So I would rather see it come up and test this side. And I'm fading it, but it's at least going to touch it. Whereas me fading this doesn't make so much sense. It does if I think that it's going to go up and touch that IBH, but in this scenario, I think that's more likely that this is going to go all the way down here and test the IBL, which obviously is not going to be good for me if I'm trying to long from that previous weak point of control. Obviously, it's still a valid trade. This is purely my discretion. Doesn't mean I'm right. We'll see. What was my trade looked something like this from down here, so we'll like mark it out. It was, yeah, it was that. So we'll see if it would have played out or not. If it gets filled, looks like it's going to. So again, I'm not entering this. This is just the trade that I was going to take earlier in the stream when it looked a bit nicer, and now I'm not taking it. So we'll see if it was a good idea not to or not. Order filled. That's what would have happened just then. It's also not as clear as a TP actually, because I wouldn't be targeting the point of control anymore. I'd just be targeting like the bottom end or the upper end of that node. So in that sense, the trade was also a little less clean as far as like the target. Obviously, it is playing out pretty nicely now, so far. I'd be moving to break even pretty soon on that by now, I imagine. I'd probably be moving to break even around this 1175 mark, I would guess, from eyeballing it. Yeah, like I said, I would have been longing into this high volume node instead of just longing into the POC. I would have been trying to long through this high volume node, which isn't as high probability as longing in. I don't mind longing into a high volume node if it means I'm longing into the point of control, because it's obviously a point of control is a bit more of a magnet, whereas a high volume node is a bit more of a wall than a magnet. See, it popped up into profit a good bit. Now it's back at the entry. See if it wants. See which way this wants to go. That wouldn't have been a break even though, because I wouldn't have obviously moved to break even that early. If I was following my rules, it would be more like up there at 1175, like I said. Break even trade. Oh, you took that, Daz? We'll see if that break even is worked for you. Like I say, I'm anticipating that you did a good decision getting a break even there. Doesn't mean I'm right though. I think if this just blows through this, then we'll call it a day. If it starts creeping back up from here, then we'll wait and see if this short from up there does actually get filled or not. But if this blows all the way down here, then I'll just call it a day because I'm probably not going to get anything before 11. I stepped away but got tagged in. See how it goes. You can see definitely the delta is looking at least somewhat promising there because it's not really wanting to make lows, but doesn't seem to matter. Yeah, delta just caught up. Yeah, that's looks like it's going south for the winter. Ooh, teetered on the edge. One tick tickle. I've still got my limit sell up there, I just realised. Yeah, that bitch gone. Ain't no way that's getting filled without a fucking black swan. Oh my god, the one tick tickle wonder. Oh. Maybe not. Ooh. I'd be stressing if that was me. Where's your stop, Zeno? Is it where mine is, or is it tighter, lower? I'm going to long at previous day value area high, overnight value area high. Don't hate that, actually. I won't be here for that, most likely, but yeah, I don't hate just that buying purely from those levels. I'd probably enter off the overnight value area high if it was me, just to get a potentially nicer fill. Okay, yeah, that would have been stop filled on that long. Glad I didn't take that. Good read from Brad. I'll delete this long or short because that's not going to happen really, is it? Let's be real. Might actually get a POC flip all the way back to the downside here. This node is pretty prominent. You can see a delta divergence at the highs, by the way, there, which means absorption of buyers by passive sellers and therefore likely continuation to the downside. Who'd have thought when we were all the way up there when IB got set? I was like, yeah, surely it's going to test that initial bounce high, right? And then come back into the range, and it just said, nah, mate. What do you know about initial balance low? Yeah, I won't be taking that previous day value area high retest, even though that is a perfectly valid B setup with stacked value levels. Yeah, personally, I won't be taking that just because, you know, you guys know me. I tend to stick to my A-rated trades on these funded accounts. And if I am going to take a B trade, personally, my least favorite type of B trade is a stacked level. I'd rather involve the developing profile somehow. Personal preference, though. No hate towards the double stacked level trade. I'm gonna call it a day though now before it even gets down there. If it even gets down there, I'm tired and I'm not gonna enter a trade. I know I'm not in the next 15 minutes, so I'm gonna call it a day. I just farted and it absolutely reeks. I shouldn't have told you that. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow 9:45 a.m. same time. I'll have a think about whether I want to even bother trying to trade on the Wednesday. So yeah, we'll see. Most likely probably won't stream on Wednesday. And then I might come back on Thursday, but I'll have to be quiet because it's the daily silence, day of silence in Bali on Thursday. So I will be trading Thursday. I honestly don't know if I'll stream just because I'm meant to be quiet. So yeah, I'll see you boys tomorrow, 9:45 a.m. Have a good one.